Kaizer Chiefs have actually signed Tebogo Potsane and actually are negotiating the deal. Khama Billiat, we've heard that they haven't come to an agreement. That's some of the things that are very concerning as us as Kaizer Chiefs fans. We don't know what's going on in that arena, but that's what we're going to be talking about earlier today. Hello, welcome back again. It's a new week with another new video. This is your boy Walter. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the channel. And for those new subscribers, let me just give you a shout out. Welcome, 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 welcome. What up? Welcome, guys. Please, before we start with the video itself, don't forget to like, subscribe, and don't forget to share the video to your friends, your family, everyone who wants to be able to talk about the TSTV Premiership news. It is pre-season after all, but it doesn't stop us from actually talking about football. There's always new things. It is obviously the transfer season, so there's always things happening, especially with one of the biggest teams in the country right now. Where to start, man? Because I want to start with the new signing, the seventh signing that Kaizer Chiefs has made so far, which is Tebogo Potsane. Formerly, he was with Royal AM in the past season, which brought the status of Bloemfontein Celtic. So he was actually there at the time when they actually bought him. So it's one of those players who they've kept. And that's where he comes from. That's who he is. He's a former Free State Stars right winger. He's 29 at the moment. When it comes to his stats, not much can be said, depending on how you look at it. Because for me, it's just not a bad signing. It's not a bad signing, to be fair with you guys. It's a good signing. It's short of great. That's why I'm saying when I start when we talk about the stats, it's not really something maybe I think we can give Kaiser Chiefs leeway here because he's one of the outstanding performers when you look at Royal AM in the previous season, shy of the last one that we've come from now because he's one of the guys who's been making that the team tick under especially under Umaduka. So for me, looking at the fact that we can see the intention now when it comes to Kaiser Chiefs that they want to play what kind of football they want to play. They want to play an attacking football. They want to play coupled football at the same time, moving combination plays because of the acquisitions that they've made. Because when you look at their attacking team, they have technical ability now. We've got Pulo Modi there, they've got Mtanzane, they've got Ukigentoli, they have Teo Potsane himself. So it shows intent, man, in terms of the skilled to do the Shabalala. We've got Uzwani, the young Zwane. So you have more skillful players and more technically gifted attacking players there. We've got Ungobo. So you can already tell the depth that they've attracted and the players that they're trying to mix with the team as well. So Tebogo Potsane, don't take him lightly. That player, you can tell that if he gets the right coaching and gets to a player or gets to himself to a team like Kaizer Chiefs, you can actually now look at the fact that he's actually a good player. Maybe he needs a team like that, Fana Butsaling, who were very unknown and he had an outstanding season at Pirates. So it only depends on how the technical team really uses him. But I also want to be able to just look at the fact that what is Kaizer Chief thinking in a sense where you still have other players obviously in that position because he can play left wing or right wing and he's very, very, very comfortable on the ball as well. So it was a surprise signing. If you ever asked me, it's a surprise signing. No one expected Kaiser Chiefs to sign that player. So that was one of the things. Uh, those are one of the things that we look into also to try to be able to understand the vision, the project itself at the same time. Remember, they still are in a rebuilding phase. Supposedly, they've kept the same technical team. But for me, knowing Mtseki that he's actually from his roots, he was an assistant coach at Bloemfontein Celtic. Probably he has built a relationship of some sort, or he knew him from because he comes from the youth academy, if I'm not mistaken, back from the first day stars. So there is a bit of intrigue there. There's interest in a sense where what could they be thinking behind the scenes. But obviously, we don't know when the profiling started because we know there's a bit of unrest around AM at the moment. There was times where they were not playing these players. So to keep them happy, it's very difficult for other these smaller Yana teams. When it comes to Kaizer Chiefs at the moment, with what they're trying to do, obviously they're trying to attract the best players that they can. For me, it's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. And Tebogo Potsane, it's not a bad signing. I mean, even Sundowns or Pirates could have actually acquired him if there was any interest or relationship of some sort with the teams. So for me, it's another heads up. If there was any thought that there's no scouting there at Kaiser Chiefs, we've had different ideas or opinions from fans online and on social media. This is one of the indications that they've actually sat down and they asked they are taking their scouting or their profiling very serious, instead of this trialing thing. If you want a player, inquire. You've seen him, you know about him. Do your research properly, and then start with the negotiation instead of trialing players first. So the fee is undisclosed. We don't know how much they paid him for, whether it's on a free transfer or they bought him. Though that information is not easily available. But for me, if I had to give a rating out of 10 without spending too much time, because I want to dive into the other issue that can open up this conversation that they're having, I would give it an 8 out of 10 for the mere fact that he hasn't won anything with any other team. But I think he also carries a lot of experience in the DSTV Premiership. I don't think he's going to struggle to play for such a team as the Kaizer Chiefs. We've seen him go Royal AM, carrying the team and actually being one of the key players that actually make the team tick. And another thing I could add, because I'm giving an 8 out of 10, is the fact that I think whatever system or philosophy that they're trying to instill there, if they're planning to play the same attacking football, carpet football that they've been trying to instill last season since Manget is still there. Upotsane, Royal AM, they've been playing very beautiful football. Royal AM was one of the teams to watch. So I don't think if that's the idea, he would actually struggle to fit in. Now, let's talk about the Khama Billiat situation, because this is where now the Potsane situation comes in. So Ukama Billiat at the moment, they've been on the opposite ends, meaning they haven't come to an agreement. He's a free agent, according to reports, because his contract was running out on the 30th of June, and Kaiser Chiefs have actually tabled an offer. But what we've heard that actually they've reduced the offer. Not really reduced, but they've offered him a new offer which doesn't come with the same salary that he was actually earning. So probably with his agent, that's the concern there. But I want to look at 2 points quickly for you guys, because when you look at Khama Billiat, ever since he came from his Sundowns, we can actually agree he hasn't been the same. He's been injury prone. And if you look at the stats very carefully, then what Kaiser Chiefs could be thinking is the fact that Billiat, the one thing I'm concerned and I have a concern about is during the season of 18-19, the highest matches that he has played in the PSL was 27. There's in that season he played 5 goals. Sorry, he scored 5 goals and he had 5 assists. And at the very same time, in the latest season, 21, 28, 21, 22, sorry, he played 27 matches, 8 goals, and 8 goals and 8 assists. So there he had a decent season, but he's always had in between those seasons, he's always had a stop and go. He's always had injuries. He's always been out. So he's injury prone, and looking at his age now, it could be worse. So maybe that's what Kaiser Chiefs is thinking, in a sense that, look, dude, Sikletela about you come from Mamelodi Sundowns with high expectations. I won't dive into the players that he was surrounded by, but he's been the shining example of the player that they were looking into. He had moments, but not consistently. And yes, we can say that maybe because of the coaching changes, maybe that has affected his responsibilities. Maybe he's been overworked sometimes. I mean, the last game he came in 5 minutes, he was out. I think there was another game, probably in the past 2 seasons, where it felt like it was right. I think it was under Baxter or under Kevin Hunt, where he was also injured and he was brought in very early. So, you as a club, yes, the coaches take those decisions. The physios, and the people that you work around in the technical team, they make a decision based on your input towards the team. But obviously, when Kaiser Chiefs is looking at it, we bought you for this, and we're paying so much. You're one of the highest paid players in the PSL, not just in the club. So I think that's one of the reasons where we don't understand what his agent and his team could be thinking. Could the reasons be justified in a sense where they don't feel maybe they what Chiefs is offering at the moment is enough for him to stay. And now we're so confused as fans, and where would Billiat be and what position now leads him to? Because now he's a first team player, but if you have such conditions that are not allowing the team to come to a decision, and why is it taking so long? You only wonder why where Potsane now comes in. Why is he such a surprise? We didn't hear any rumors about him all of a sudden in the sport. So probably he's been made as a backup if Billiat chooses to go elsewhere. Because now Kaizer Chiefs came up with a statement which I didn't feel was fair, an official statement on their website, on social media also. It was published where they've said that they are in camp and they are in preseason camp preparations, and Khama Billiat is AWOL. But now he has an agent, this guy. Where's the agent? Yes, he's AWOL, but where's the agent? So you're telling me the whole team has got AWOL. So they haven't had word calling to them, and they've offered they've tabled an offer on, for Ukama Pilat. And Bobby, I think, during the week has also released a statement and saying, no, this his contract is run out, but they've actually offered a new offer. We don't exactly know the specifics, but we've heard that maybe it's been a reduced offer. By how much, you don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's about money. But I'm on the fence on this one. Yes, Bilal maybe has a case because he's been one of the key players that we've looked into. But because maybe there hasn't been any trophies won, he's injury prone, he's getting older. So obviously there would be a reduced offer, but maybe it's not justified according to them. So Upotsane could be a backup. It could be a backup plan in a sense, and it's not necessarily bad because you feel like there would be a time when Upilat has to go elsewhere because he hasn't really won anything, and Chiefs is going in a new direction with the young players that they're bringing in and the amount of money they're paying him. So that's one of the things I think it's going to unravel in a sense that we don't know, but that's what I wanted to talk about today and see what you guys think. And please leave your comments or opinions on the comment section. Tell me what you think. What's going on with the Kaizer Chiefs with this instance? Do you think Upotsane and Ukamapila situation has been handled well? And do you think it's rushed? But from my side, I think Upotsane addition it's good because obviously we need depth in that squad. But the way they've handled the Kama Billiat situation is bittersweet. So that's all I have for you today. Catch you on the next episode this week. And please don't forget to like and subscribe the video because it helps us to continue dropping such nice content. All the best and thank you. Shap shap.